Hey, welcome back everyone. It is time for another red hot covered call video. You'd be surprised how many times I get asked, what is the in the money covered call? They want to know largely because they see the huge premiums. They'll see $5, $6, and $7 premiums and they want it. But you have to understand when it's in the money like that, we don't have much time value. I'm going to break that down in this video and I'm going to give you a sneak peek of my poor man's covered call tracker. I cannot do any strategy without a spreadsheet. I do a lot of trades, so I need to keep the numbers in front of me. That's why I always tell you to go download my free spreadsheets. That's the one thing I've learned from all the covered call gurus and my mentor, Jerry. He always says, keep the numbers in front of you so you can be profitable. Just a quick peek at my poor man's covered call tracker that I'm going to release for free for you if you're interested in doing the poor man's covered call strategy. Look, I cannot do a strategy without having the numbers in front of me. And when you're using the poor man's covered call, it is important that you track all of your transactions so you know when both your leap options become profitable and your cash profit is profitable. Now, I'm not going to get into the poor man's covered call here, but understand that this is a red hot topic on YouTube. Why? People type in poor man's investing for a poor man, and poor man's covered call always shows up and I get questions. Why? Because I did the poor man's real estate video for which I use the theme of writing covered calls for that monthly income, similar to how rental property investors will buy properties and use their monthly rentals for income. I make the case that writing covered calls gives you more flexibility. You could be more profitable with less leverage. So with that said, the poor man's covered call tracker is coming because in 2018, I'm going to do the poor man's covered call and we're going to talk about it a lot. So if you like what we're doing here at the channel and this interests you, I need you to subscribe to the channel. And hey, look, if you like this video, I need you to bang that like button if you like what I'm doing. After you're done watching this video, I do want you to go to my channel. I want you to type in the search, in the money. And when you do that, it's going to come up with one of the better videos that I've done on this topic. And a lot of people have commented that I break it down super simple because I learned the hard way with a Bristol Myers trade. See, I wrote a deep in the money on Bristol Myers, pocketing over $4,000. And man, I felt like I was rich. Then when Bristol Myers really didn't trade one way or the other, the option didn't move. See, I wanted to write that deep in the money covered call. And then if Bristol Myers started to fall, I would then be able to buy that option back cheaper, pocket the difference. See, this is what I like to do for my out of the money covered call. So I'll write an out of the money covered call, collect, let's say, $1. And as the stock starts to turn the other way, that dollar will go to maybe 20 cents, 10 cents. I'll buy it back. I'll pocket the difference and we'll look to write the next covered call. See, I write covered calls on stocks I want to own. So I will own them whether they're up or down. Now, with the deep in the money covered call, I get the question all the time. The premiums are so juicy. I'm going to go over to an options chain here. The premiums are so juicy. People get seduced into wanting to write an in the money covered call. I mean, look at this. The stock is trading right now at 62.81. Okay, let's put this up here. 62.81. And look at a 60. If you don't know anything about a deep in the money covered call, you'd look at that and say, wow, that's $3.70. I could pocket right now. And you might even write that covered call. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to break this down. I'm going to try to break this down as quick as I can. You own the shares at a price. You're going to give somebody the right, but not the obligation, to take your shares away from you. You're going to give them a certain amount of time and you're going to get paid for that. Well, in this case, I'm going to use the example of the $60 strike. Now, this is a 30-day and it pays $3.70. So the idea here is I'm going to have my shares taken away at 60 and I bought them at 62.81. Right off the bat, we have to do the math. The real money in the stock is going to be $2.81. Do you see that? I'm giving somebody the right to buy it at 60. I bought, and the current stock price is 62.81. So remember, an option price has two components, real money and time value. So looking at this right now, this option for $3.70 has $2.81 in real money. Now, the time component of this, the difference is 89 cents. So with that said, that's where our profit's at. That's our profit on this trade. Now, we take the 89 cents and we divide it by our cost basis of 62.81. And when we do that, this 31-day trade is a 1.4% trade. But now let's understand how this breaks down, because this is probably the most important thing about an in-the-money strike. See, most people write an in-the-money strike for two reasons. One, they want downside protection. And I'll explain what that means here in a minute. But they also want to lock in some gains. I've talked to you about this before. Jerry, my mentor, will have huge profits in a stock. And he's written covered calls. And he's thinking, man, this thing's going to fall maybe 10 or 20 bucks. Depending on the stock he's playing. So he'll write a deep in the money covered call for, let's say, a $20 premium. He will then look to just hold that, and he figures, look, if the stock goes higher, that's fine and dandy. He's got his money. He's locked in his gain. Remember, it's a deep in the money covered call, so he is giving up all upside. See, in this example, I bought the stock at 62.81. I'm giving somebody the right to buy it at 60. Do you see how if Bristol Myers goes higher to 63 and 64, I make nothing. I make nothing above 60. So that's what Jerry will do with locking in some gains. He wants to lock in that $20 gain. Now, if the stock goes higher, he knows his shares are going to be taken away. He's written so many covered calls. He's so profitable in the trade, he doesn't care. But if that stock were to fall, right, you have the fear of missing out on the gains you have made. By writing that $20 in the money strike, as the stock falls below and further, remember, you have $20 in the bag. You have $20 in your pocket. That's the true downside protection. Because now as that stock falls, let's imagine Bristol Myers here at 62.81. So as Bristol Myers starts to fall from 62.81, now as Bristol Myers starts to fall, let's say it falls all the way down to 60.81, okay? So Bristol Myers has fallen 2 good points. Now, you were paid $3.70. Bristol Myers has gone from 62.81 down to 60.81, and man, you feel like you're holding a bag. Well, you're not. So remember, you got paid $3.70. The stock has fallen from 62.81 down to 60.81. Because that option has all of that real money in it, that option's real money value or portion is going to fall with it. So now let's do the math. The stock is trading at 60.81, meaning the stock has fallen $2. Let's subtract $2 from our $3.70 that we got paid, and we're left with $1.70. Now say you want to buy this option back, alleviating the obligation. You have a fresh $1.70 in your wallet, and you now have no obligation on your shares. So you now own a stock that's trading at 6.81. When you add the shares at 60.81 plus that $1.70 you put in your wallet, look at what we have. We have in our hand, imagine this, we have a stock that's trading at 60.81 plus the $1.70. We bring them together. You have a value of 62.51. So if you were to sell your shares at 60.81 at that moment, because you think Bristol Myers is going to fall, your net is going to be 62.51. Do you see how there's downside protection there by selling that in the money strike? It really is that simple. So it's very important to understand that even though you're getting that juicy premium, you really do have to break it down. You have to break it down into what is real money and what is time value. And that is your true profit on this trade. Now, hey, what I want you to do is I want you to go back to my channel. I want you to, in the search window, search Deep in the Money Calls. This video right here was a very good video. I watched it 3 or 4 times myself. It's one of those things where sometimes this can be so complicating and overwhelming, you might make a bad decision. The important thing to understand is what components make up an option. Remember, it's real value and it's time value. Those are the important. Sometimes you hear people say intrinsic and extrinsic. Hey, if you've been watching my channel, you know I try to keep it simple, man. I give it to you straight talk style. It's real money and time value. So hey, look, I hope this video adds to your game. See, writing that deep in the money covered call is one that you really need to break out the numbers. I get those questions all the time in email, and sometimes the numbers just aren't good. So we really want to keep those numbers in front of us. We want to download our spreadsheets, put the numbers in, see the percentage gain, and then make a good decision. Hey, look, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I would like it if you bang that like button. Hey, until next time, I hope all your covered calls are profitable.
All I see is signs, all I see is dollar signs.